This is News 12, first at 5.
13 people, including 7 children, are dead after a fire at an apartment building in Pennsylvania. Now, investigators are trying to figure out what started it. But first, parking lots are full at prompt cares all over our area as people are scrambling to find a COVID test. With this new wave of cases, healthcare workers are definitely feeling the strain.
We have had, I believe, a day and a half, and that's it, where we haven't had a COVID patient.
This comes as healthcare workers are on the front lines since the pandemic began, and they are also facing staff shortages thanks to COVID. This is a look at the confirmed cases in Georgia, doctors and nurses since 2020. Of course, we saw the highest numbers more than a year ago, right when they reached about 350, actually a little more than 350, right before the vaccine rollout. Preliminary numbers now show there's a new peak with more than 500 cases, and those came in 1 week ago today. Of course, the numbers ticking up continuously. Universities' prompt cares, they've been backed up for days now, and of course the hospitals have too. There's been an increase in both testing and cases, but soon we're told they'll be receiving help from the National Guard. University healthcare system, along with 10 other healthcare facilities across Georgia, will get their share of 102 National Guard personnel being sent out by the state. No word yet on when or exactly how many guardsmen University will receive, but they tell us they have requested 4. They will be assisting with patient, visitor, and traffic flow at the emergency department. Not only has this surge impacted University, but also all 3 of our hospitals are dealing with new staffing challenges. Our team of reporters spoke to a nurse at AU Health who says working through the pandemic has been a very long 22 months.
It's a burnout, and it's hard to describe the burnout. I've loved being a nurse, but there were days that I came in there and I thought, I don't know what else I can give. I'm not sure that I have, but God saw us through all that.
This time around, hospitals are losing more staff because of positive cases and quarantines. We are working on a story for tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock about how nurses like Boulder are overcoming all of that weight. Now to COVID in schools. Richmond County is transitioning 2 of its elementary schools to at-home learning due to an increased number of cases within its staff. Kids at Sue Reynolds Elementary and Jenkins White Elementary will learn from home starting tomorrow through Monday. They'll head back to in-person class on Tuesday. Parents, the district says each school sent home instructions with your child today. Now let's take a look over as needed. Compass for Hope says they're also working alongside the Marshal's office to help bring people off the street.
We realize that this is a very complex issue, and so we're trying to be very mindful that certain situations are going to require very specific approaches.
They plan to roll out the mobile showers next month. The organization will be receiving another mobile unit coming up this summer. Man's best friend. It is an understatement for one pet. She helped save the life of her owner. Hear what she did in this sweet story next. Riley?
Well, we are expecting rain on Thursday, but most of the day should remain dry for us. We'll time out when we're expecting that rain just after the break.
Serious wreck?
Holiday traffic can be inside Saturday. Looking warmer Sunday, but those rain chances will be going up as well.
All right, thank you, Riley. Dogs are truly a gift to us humans, especially this one. She helped save her owner's life after a car crash in New Hampshire by leading police to the scene. John Hawks caught up with the man and his canine guardian angel at their home.
Tinsley is a year-old Shiloh Shepherd. Late Monday night, she was seen running on the Memorial Bridge on Interstate 89 from Lebanon to White River Junction. Police tried to corral her, but she kept running away, leading them north before stopping near these damaged guardrails.
Almost alerting them to what was off the roadway, which they discovered a truck which had been overturned with two gentlemen that were ejected from the vehicle.
Cam Laundrie was behind the wheel of the overturned Ford truck.
She's my little guardian angel, it's a miracle, how she has that kind of intelligence and to do what she did.
Hartford EMTs credit the speed of their response to Tinsley.
The whole time when we were starting our patient care, it sat there nice and calm right next to its owner.
At that time, there was some hypothermia had set in. It's unclear how long they were out of the vehicle for. The dog also was wet, so you could tell that it had been outside for a little bit.
Responders could see that Laundrie and his passenger were injured.
We shook up, didn't know what was happening, and next thing you know, the cops were there, and it was all because of her.
The two men were taken to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center to be treated. After Laundrie was released, he went home to spend time with his guardian angel.
Of course, she never leaves my side, so that we're always together, in that truck that got wrecked, and she's always my co-pilot, and she's always with me.
So how will the grateful human reward Tinsley?
She gets spoiled all the time. She'll get some venison, probably burger tonight, and maybe some back straps with it.
She seems to be taking it all in stride, and is as playful as ever, running around the yard.
Dogs are the best, aren't they? Tinsley, very good girl. Dogs are the best. Firefighters spend their time risking their lives for us. We are taking a look at how one is remembering what he went through next.
The Live by Camera Live.
Talks have stalled in Congress as lawmakers discuss whether businesses need additional COVID-19 relief. A group of senators are looking at another economic stimulus package. This one would be focused on businesses impacted by the pandemic, like restaurants, gyms, and performance venues. The discussions have been ongoing since cases of the Omicron variant started to spike last year. A wildfire that scorched nearly 1 million acres in Northern California was started by a tree falling on an electrical wire. Cal Fire said that Tuesday the blaze began last July after a tree hit electrical distribution lines in the Sierra Nevada. This was on Pacific Gas and Electric Utility Company power lines. PG&E had already said its equipment may have been involved and that it's also facing legal action for other fires. The Marshall Fire in Boulder County, Colorado destroyed almost 1,000 homes last week and scorched more than 600 acres. One firefighter on scene shares pictures he took that show the ordeal in horrifying detail. Noel Brennan takes us to the damage.
Pictures that I took while we worked just right north of the Vista Hospital and then off of El Dorado Drive in Superior.
An image is easier to process than a memory.
Sustained winds from west to east at 90 miles an hour.
Patrick Kramer is still processing.
There's almost nothing you can do.
Total devastation.
I'm a wildland firefighter and a structured firefighter, but driving by a structure that's fully involved is a very hard thing to do.
On Thursday, the Longmont fireman joined the fight of his life in Boulder County.
That's 250 gallons per minute coming out of that. We are trained to put fires out, and house after house was catching fire and burning whole neighborhoods. It's either the house or us, and at that point it's the house.
Instincts kicked in more ways than one.
I didn't even think about it, to be honest. It's just something I thought I just had to document.
Patrick pulled out his phone, wishing he had the gear from his first career.
Yeah, I spent most of my career with the Longmont Times-Call newspaper right here in Longmont. I didn't take time away from my duties. I didn't take time away from fighting fire and being for my crew, but I knew I had to document some of it.
The Marshall Fire was like nothing a firefighter or journalist had ever seen.
The whole street's on fire.
Homes burned between each snap of a photo.
Well over 100.
As Patrick and his crew saved what they could.
It was depressing, to be honest, to work so hard and to gain so little.
The image a journalist might pick for the front page,
just the pure power of Mother Nature,
is still processing in a firefighter's mind.
I've seen this picture 100 times now, and I'm just like, wow.
Picture's worth 1,000 words, even more emotions. Investigators still don't know how that particular fire started. Police have executed at least one search warrant in their investigation as it continues. The search, meanwhile, continues for 3-year-old Lena Kuhl, 16 days after she went missing in San Antonio, Texas. Lena disappeared December 20th from a playground at an apartment complex on the northwest side of the city. Police and canine search teams looked throughout the area for any trace of the little girl. With the help of an FBI dive team, investigators focused on an area that included a small body of water.
Don't want to leave anything to chance. So everything that we get that has any kind of potential at all, we follow it up. And that's what we're doing here today.
The San Antonio police chief says they are following up on a lead, but still, nothing new has surfaced. The NFL's Washington football team is set to announce its new name and logo next month. The team has been known by the generic name since July of 2020. No hints have been given by the team except to say it will not be an early fan favorite, the Wolves, or some variation of that. And today there is some speculation that Admirals is also in the mix. We won't know for sure, though, until the team announces its rebranding plan early next month. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Richmond County deputies say a homeless man is fighting for his life in the hospital after being stabbed multiple times in the chest and arm. This happened on Broad Street, less than half a mile away from the Kroc Center. Deputies say they have detained another homeless man. The victim is in the hospital in critical condition. That's all we know at this point. Of course, we'll pass along more as soon as we know more.
Well, if you are trying to make any weekend, 706-724-2661.
Rain is never good for a wedding. Until now. If it rains 1 inch or more on your wedding day, Floyd & Green Fine Jewelers will give you your rings for free. So pray for rain and watch News 12 and NBC 26 this weekend for the weather.